Hi guys, this is Chef Joseph, and we have Junior Chef Jonathan who will be assisting me today. So this is my home kitchen, and today I will be showing you a lockdown recipe. And why I'm calling it a lockdown recipe is because I will be preparing it with minimal ingredients, which is easy for you, for me, for everyone to cook at home. And the ingredients are easily available at your local sabji wala or in your pantry. So let's start. So guys, today I'll be showing you a chicken and mushroom stir fry, and I'll also be showing you a cooking technique which will prevent your mushrooms from getting overcooked. So let's see what ingredients we are having today. So here I'm having Lee Kum Kee brand's oyster sauce. So I always use Lee Kum Kee, and most of the restaurants are now switching to this brand. I also have sesame oil, and I have Lee Kum Kee's light soy sauce. I have sugar. Then, so here I'm using Ching's chili vinegar. So I would suggest you to use rice wine vinegar. And here I'm having some spring onions, and I have the bulb as well. And here are some mushrooms, this amount of ginger, and we have 300 grams of chicken. And deboned the chicken leg. I had some chicken tenderloins. So okay, I request Jonathan to chop the veggies for us. Will you do it, Chef? Thank you. So guys, let's marinate our chicken now. So this is roughly around 300 to 350 grams of chicken, and we'll first start with light soy sauce. So take about 1.5 teaspoon. Then we'll put sesame oil. This will be about 1 teaspoon. Then we'll put approximately half tablespoon of corn flour. And 2 pinch of sugar. And mix it well. So you need to keep this for 10 to 15 minutes. So now we'll prepare our sauce. Sauce is very easy. You don't need to note down things, the recipe. So we'll take around 1.5 tablespoon of oyster sauce to give the savory flavor to the dish. And then we'll take the rice wine, roughly 2 tablespoons. And 2 pinch of sugar. That's it, and give it a nice stir. So you need to also add around 30 to 50 ml of hot water, but that's okay. If you add while cooking also, it's fine. It's not necessary you need to add it now. See how smooth it is.
So guys, our masala is ready. Let's take a quick look at it. Here are some chopped spring onions. This is olive oil. We have ginger julienne. This is the chicken which we marinated. Here's the sauce. And these are the 2 portions of chopped mushrooms.
Guys, we have chopped the mushroom in half. And why 2 portions? So remember, I had promised you in the beginning of the video that I'll be showing you a technique of cooking mushrooms perfectly. So with 1 portion, I'll be showing you our current practice, and with this, I'll be showing you the right technique.
So let's start. So guys, I would like to share a basic science about mushrooms. So the stem and the cap of mushroom contains large network of fibers, due to which it has 80 to 90% of water. And the same tissues also contains tons of air pockets, due to which it collects lots of oil or liquid. So let's do an experiment. I have taken one packet of mushroom for experiment, and I have 60 ml of oil. Let's see how much oil it consumes. So this is how we normally do it at home. I'll turn on the heat. I'll add some oil. Let's wait till the oil is hot. So now we'll add the mushrooms. So guys, did you notice the pan is dry now? Mushroom has absorbed all the oil. And what we do is, at this point, we add more oil, assuming that the oil is not sufficient for the mushrooms. So I had put almost 50 ml of oil, and everything has dried up, as you see. So now let's do the second technique that I follow to make the mushrooms more juicy and tender by using less oil.
So we wiped off the oil from the pan before adding mushrooms.
So I'll put in quarter cup of water.
So guys, it will almost take 8 to 10 minutes for the water to dry up. So meanwhile, I'll share some basic science on overcooking of mushrooms, as I mentioned in the beginning. So before I begin, I would like to confess that I mentioned overcooking of mushrooms, only to increase your curiosity. But the fact is that mushrooms cannot be overcooked. Now, how is it possible? How do I say this? How can mushrooms never get overcooked? So to understand this better, let's consider some examples. Now, let's look at meat as an example. Do you know what's the main component of meat? It's protein, and protein is a natural polymer that's formed from a molecule, and those molecules are known as amino acids. Now what happens is, when the meat is heated, the proteins start coagulating and it shrinks. So the heat causes the muscle fiber to lose water and solidify them. So what's the logic behind this? I mean, the protein coagulating when heated. So what happens is, when the protein or meat is heated, the muscle fiber loses water, and that's why it solidifies. So by this we understand that if the meat is heated for too long, then the meat becomes chewy and dry, which we don't want. Now let's take another example of vegetables. So what is the main component of vegetables? So the main component of vegetables is inside their cell walls, inside the vegetable cell walls, and it's known as pectin, and we all have heard about it. So now when you overheat your vegetables start breaking down, and it also starts getting solubilized, and we don't want that to happen because the vegetables are of no use after that. So we spoke about proteins in meat, they are not heat stable. Then we spoke about pectin in vegetables, again they are not heat stable. So now we'll come back to mushrooms. What makes mushroom survive in so much heat? So the walls of mushroom, or the cell walls of mushroom, are made of a polymer, and that polymer is known as chitin. Now I don't know about you, but before doing this research I had never heard about this biological term. So shockingly, chitin is also available in crustaceans like your lobsters, prawns, crabs, and this particular molecule is used in many of your hair products, skin products. So one of the great thing about chitin is that they are heat stable, and whenever you overheat a mushroom, it doesn't get affected because of excess heat, like as we discussed what happens with meat and vegetables. So guys, since you are stuck at home due to this lockdown, and if you are really interested, so I would suggest you why not do an experiment at home. You can take a piece of meat, and you can take any vegetable. I would suggest zucchini, and then take 1 or 2 mushrooms and steam it for 30 to 40 minutes, or 1 hour also is fine, and see the end result. What happens to mushrooms, what happens to meat, and what happens to vegetables, and then you'll yourself understand. And I have learned this because I did it at my home, and that's the reason I could speak today.
So guys, as you can see, water has almost dried up and the pan is smoking hot. This is when I will add 1 teaspoon of oil for 1 packet of mushrooms. And season the mushrooms with salt. So we'll set this aside and we can cook the veggies. So these mushrooms are so tempting. I feel like having it right away. So guys, let's proceed. In the same pan, let's cook the veggies. So we'll add the remaining oil, almost 2 teaspoons, and we'll wait till the pan is smoking hot. We'll increase the heat. So guys, the pan is smoking hot. I don't know if you can see the smoke. So this is when we'll add our veggies. So this is spring onion gone inside. We'll keep some for the garnishing. Here goes the ginger julienne. You can even add ginger slices if you want. So gently keep folding it. So we'll put it aside now. We'll add another teaspoon of oil, spread it, and now we'll add the chicken, marinated chicken. And spread it nicely so that it gets sealed. So you put the ginger and spring onions over the chicken so that it doesn't get burned. So you can hear the sizzle. This means the chicken is getting sealed. So now you need to be very quick. So once you see this texture, this is the time you need to add your sauce. And as I mentioned in the beginning, you need to add 50 ml of water. Put over there. Keep stirring it. So at this point of time, we can add our cooked mushrooms, and you don't need to cook the mushroom at this time. You just need to toss it. So the dish is ready for plating. Let's go for it. So now we'll garnish it with spring onions. That's it. So let's taste it.
Okay, so guys, it's time to taste the dish. Babu, go ahead.
It's awesome.
Gajab.
Amazing.
Oh my. So that's all guys for today. If you have learned anything from this video, I would suggest you please share it with others. And if you want to learn more, then you can follow my Instagram page.